everybody, so we're going to talk about Opendoor Technology. I want to show you some information I found. It's public knowledge information. It's been out for a long time, but I don't know if everybody know about this or not. But if you don't, I'm going to show it to you. But first, I'm going to show you the chart of Opendoor, and I'm going to compare it to other housing building stocks on where they're at compared to Opendoor, and then I'm going to show you the information that I found online about some financial backers for Opendoor. You may know about it already, but I'm going to show you anyway. First, let's look at the chart. All right, real quick, I'm going to show you the monthly for Opendoor Technology, and we have two nice green candles. So if people are saying Opendoor is done with, just look at the monthly. I don't see it done at all. And the weekly came up, came down, consolidated, came up, came down, probably consolidate a little bit, then maybe should go back up again. But first, I want to show you the monthly and how that's not bad. Two green candlesticks. Now let's compare it with some home builder stocks. Now first, let's look at D.R. Horton monthly chart. Monthly chart, brilliant. That's beautiful. Three green candlesticks. It means someone's buying D.R. Horton, and we probably already know who that is. And the MACD for D.R. Horton looks good. The RSI for D.R. Horton looks good. This is a long-term chart we're looking at. This is the monthly, but as you can see, it's on the right path. Trending upward, all green candles. No red candles at all. No profit taking yet. No consolidation yet. People are just loading up on D.R. Horton. Let's check Leonard and see if it's the same thing. Leonard is the same thing. Three green candlesticks. This is a nice trend. Why are all these charts for home building companies trending up like this? As you can see, the sell-off, then now the upward trend going up. Three green candlesticks. Did D.R. Horton have the same thing? The sell-off and three green candlesticks. Horton and Lennar, same exact thing. Now let's look at ITB. It's going to be an ETF for home building stocks. And this is actually another good stock to invest in long term if you don't want to buy individually Lennar or Horton or another home building stock. You can invest in ITB and just put your money in there and wait maybe 5 to 10 years and see what happens, because you know the housing market will come back eventually, right? So when it does, this is probably going to break all-time high of 127 ITB. But as you can see, same thing. It's the same thing. Selling off, then three green candlesticks. So you can't convince me and say that home building stocks, home building companies are done with. Because if you look at this chart and the other two charts I showed you, it's showing a trend going upward. Because why? Smart money always gets in before retail. They buy when they know something is coming later on. It could be months later on. It could be years later on. But they always get in first. And most of this right here on ITB is going to be smart money. They're loading up. They probably loaded up right around this area. This is smart money right here. And probably this is smart money as well, you know, because all the news agencies are saying, oh, real estate market is bad, housing market is bad. And once the news agencies start reporting bad things, that's when the smart money start buying. And that's what they're doing right now. They're buying up shares of ITB, Lennar, D.R. Horton. Now let's look at Opendoor. We got two green candlesticks on Opendoor. Could they be buying up Opendoor as well, just like Horton, Lennar, and ITB? I don't know. It could be happening. But I just want to show you that chart. And now let me show you some news that I found that was interesting. You may already know already, but when I saw it, I'm like, oh, let me make a YouTube video about this, because they may know or they may not know. But real quick, I'm going to show you news articles, and here we go. At first, I'm going to lead off with this. This is about Blackstone company. Blackstone is an American alternative investment firm and one of the world's largest asset managers. Founded in 1985, the company manages over $1 trillion in assets and invests in areas such as private equity and real estate, and you see all the other stuff. So why am I talking about Blackstone? All right, this is why. I looked up what is the correlation of Blackstone and Opendoor Technology, and this is what I found. There is no evidence of a direct, exclusive partnership with Blackstone and Opendoor Technology. Instead, the relationship has involved Blackstone acting as a financial backer for Opendoor's real estate purchases. That's pretty good. And this is why I say you may know this, you may not. Since as early as 2017, the investment firm Blackstone has acted as a lender and financial backer for Opendoor iBuying business. Through its subsidiary, B2R Finance. Blackstone helped fund Opendoor's fix and flip operation. B2R provided mortgage and financing for property investors and had plans to package loans made to Opendoor into mortgage-backed securities. Now, this is a good one right here. This arrangement was part of a larger trend where institutional investors bought homes from iBuyers like Opendoor and Zillow, sometimes even before the homes were listed on the open market. So that's pretty huge. That's pretty huge. And the reason why that's pretty huge is because even if Opendoor cannot sell their houses to actual people who want to buy houses, companies like Blackstone can buy up the houses that they have in their inventory. So that's pretty good. That can help Opendoor a lot. And in case you don't know, a real estate financial backer is an investor, entity, or institution that provides capital for a real estate project, acting as a source of equity or debt financing. So far, it seems like Blackstone is actually in the background for Opendoor, helping them out. And here's the last note. If Blackstone is a financial backer, it means the company, a massive alternative asset manager, is providing significant investment capital to support a company or project. This backing is different from a traditional bank loan because it often comes with substantial involvement and influence over the business. So this pretty much sums it up right here. The reason why I wanted to point this out is because based on everything I read, it seems like this can give more confidence to shareholders that Opendoor pretty much is not going anywhere. It seems like Opendoor is going to be here to stay. And you might have seen this already too about Goldman Sachs and Opendoor Technology. As of its most recent 13F filing for the second quarter of 2025, Goldman Sachs Group Incorporated held over 11 million shares of Opendoor Technology. This represents a significant 54.3% increase in its position during that quarter. Additional details on Goldman Sachs Holdings. Value at the time of Q2 2025 report, Goldman Sachs' stake in Opendoor was valued at approximately $52.6 million. I like this news. I like this news a lot. It gives you more confidence. It gives you a lot more confidence that Opendoor is not one of these stocks that's just going to come and go. It seems like this stock, Opendoor, is going to be around. And it's going to be around for when the housing market booms back up and the share price of $82, it could be realistic. It could be realistic based on what I'm reading right now. Anything can happen. Everything I'm reading can change just like that. But if everything stays the same and keeps getting better and better, I think Opendoor probably hit that $82 plus, just like a Carvana. Because Opendoor has a lot of backing based on what I'm reading. And remember this news right here about Warren Buffett? Warren Buffett doesn't have any shares of Opendoor. It hasn't been reported. But remember news came out about recently disclosed a new stake in housing-related stocks? Warren Buffett has been purchasing shares of Lennar and D.R. Horton. And then it says he doesn't own any Opendoor Technology shares, but Warren Buffett buying shares of housing market stocks suggests an optimism for its recovery. His direct involvement with Opendoor itself at the moment is absent. Could that change? Who knows? Maybe, maybe not. But, Warren Buffett buying shares of housing stocks, that's a good look too. That's a good look. So yeah, tomorrow is Tuesday and the stock market will finally be open again. And I'm excited to see if Opendoor is going to break that $4.50. And then remember, at the $4.50, it's $4.75. At the $4.75 is that $5 mark that we want to break. We break that $5 mark, things can get real, real pretty. All right, everybody, take care.